This is Dr. Stephen Daniel with Quantum Techniques. I'm the founder. And 2024 has been a miraculous year for us. I've been doing this since 1998. I have been given, and I call it given because it's through prayer and meditation, more new scans this year than the entire history of Quantum Techniques. And I've been doing this, like I said, since 1998. All of these new scans have made everything we do maybe 10 times faster and the healing much more rapid. And one of the first things that we were given is how to create a new detox pathway for any field. Most things, if they just move through the body without resistance, you don't get symptoms. You don't get pain, stiffness, insomnia. It's when they get stuck in the body that you have those problems. And so through a lot of study and prayer, we found a way, when we find anything like bites, well, let's create a pathway so that each time we create a pathway for a new type of bite, you become less and less vulnerable to the bites giving you symptoms. That's an example. Another major new development this year is learning how to use reverse statements and testing to get to different unconscious levels than we knew how to get to before. A third one is how to find and collapse all levels of healing at once. I really got that from kind of studying scripture. If you look at what Christ did, and we were told we can do greater things than he can in his name, then that should be our model for learning how to heal. And, I was always taught things heal in layers. That's not true. Understanding heals in layers, and you can't heal something you can't understand. So for me, pain and suffering is a part of life. When it comes to me, it means there's some lie I'm living, maybe what I eat or perfume or something. And I need to use the suffering to understand what's true for me and how to change it. So part of that was looking at the miracles of Christ. It's like the blind man. He didn't rub mud in his eyes and say, well, listen, I'm coming back in a week and you're going to see a little bit of blurry stuff, but you'll start seeing. And then the next week, you might see a little better out of one eye. Or the lame man. He didn't say, well, listen, in a week, you're going to have a little tingling in your toes, and I'll come back every week, and eventually we'll get you walking. It's because Christ had all the information necessary for healing people instantly. And if we know how to ask the right questions, we can get that. An example for myself is I'd not been able to use my right arm much for about 35 years because of injuries. And 2 years ago, I re-injured it shoveling snow and had MRIs and CAT scans. And they basically said, you have no connective tissue in that elbow and you'll never be able to use it again. Sometimes I could lift a water glass and sometimes I couldn't. I choose to take most doctors' statements as a challenge, not truth. And through this process, I learned a different way of healing that. The importance is before I had some 10-pound weights and I could do like 3 curls. I had to stop because I'd have pain. And then maybe a month later, do another 3 curls. So I used to weightlift a lot. So I'd lost a lot of muscle mass. Within 3 hours, I tested that the new elbow scan had cleared. So I did 3 sets of 10 with that same weight. And usually if I overdo it, I'm going to really pay for it 2 or 3 days later. A lot of times I don't know it immediately. 4 days later, I had no pain. So, I kind of, in my dialogue with God, said, should I do more? Should I do another set? He goes, no, use higher weights. So that was in August. I'm now doing 14 different upper body weightlifting exercises. I'm not doing massive weights. I'm 70. I'm trying not to repeat the mistakes of my youth and injure myself. But this year, since August, I have gained 25 pounds of muscle mass by doing this and some new treatments. So that's pretty remarkable at any point in your age, especially at 70. So There's some real age rejuvenation things we're doing. The fourth major thing, breakthrough, there's been a lot of small ones, but the fourth major one is really understanding the role of biofilms. If you have a chronic symptom, if you put the word chronic, like chronic shoulder pain or chronic immune issues, there's a biofilm, meaning there's frequencies made up of old pathogens, old toxins that are hiding necessary information from the body under that biofilm so it can't see to heal what's going on. Because our basic premise in QT is what the body can see, it can heal. So we now know we can aim biofilms at a symptom. Okay, what's causing the symptom? Get all the organs and glands and tissues involved. Okay, there's a way to clear that. Aim it at certain tissues that never heal. Let's say your fascia is always inflamed. Aim it at certain frequencies the body can't see to get rid of. Let's say mercury, anesthesias, protozoa, mycoplasma, whatever that would be, hidden parasites. And the last thing is actually going after specific cell surface receptor fields, like mast cell activation, histamine, serotonin, the corticotropin releasing hormone. That's one set we often see. Okay, another set is for pain, inflammation, endorphins, encalphins, anti-inflammatory agents, and oxytocin. So just a lot of exciting new things that it's a lot of fun to see people heal faster than I've ever seen them before, and to experience that myself in my own life. And like I say, I'm 70, but I actually have better energy, muscle mass to fat ratio, energy, health, strength than I've ever had in my life. So that's pretty exciting, because I don't think that's just about me. I think that's about the gift we've been given to relook at our concept of aging, which is largely built on a model of disease. So if you want the new stuff, call a Quantum Techniques practitioner. We can change your life and do it more rapidly than ever before. And have a blessed day.